Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you another new product from the Revolution Pro range. This time it's an eyeshadow palette and it's one of the Supreme eyeshadow palettes in Allure, and it looks like that. I'm so excited about trying this. It looks phenomenal. You are getting 8 pans at 0.03 ounces or 1.0 gram of product. It also feels like it's a really sturdy case, even though it is plastic. These retail for £6 each. I have got all of the other three and I'm going to be sharing them with you separately, because I thought, you know, it's too much in one video and I really want to dedicate a whole video to each one of these palettes because they're so amazing. The shades in here look stunning. You've got mattes. The first two shades are mattes. You've got a really intense shimmer. This one doesn't feel or seem so intense. Then you've got another matte, another really intense shimmer like that one. In fact, they look like they're liquid, they're so shiny. And then you've got two mattes there at the end. So this palette is going to be very good if you want a whole look out of one palette. There was one palette in this range, or from this range, that has it's all shimmers, so you'll have to use mattes from another palette. But this one you can create a whole look from that one, one palette. I'm wearing my Loreal foundation today. I wanted to try it today and see how I felt about it after using the liquid foundation for, well, actually I've used the liquid foundation ever since I shared with you the video. And I must admit that it did seem very, very cakey today. My makeup took so long to do, especially the brow, because nothing would go right. I don't know if it's because now I've got used to that liquid formulation and it just seemed to glide on and look, well, it just went on effortlessly. And today I really struggled. So yeah, I just wanted to see how the highlight went on using, a more matte formulation. But I must admit, I did really struggle today. Also, I'm going to be testing out the Revolution Pro Eye Elements in Core. So I've just gone round my brows with the foundation, but I've got nothing on my lids whatsoever. So I'm really intrigued to see how that one performs. I also want to tell you what I've got on my lips. Now, this is a fantastic combination. I shared with you the product that I've got over the top in yesterday's video, but first of all, I lined my lips. Now, I'm really liking, for a lot of these new lip products, this lip liner, and it's the Gigi Hadid, so it's the Maybelline and Gigi collection, and it's in Erin. It seems to be quite a lovely deeper lip liner that works so well with a lot of these lipsticks. I don't know if this range is still available on Superdrug, the website, because I did try and look for this a couple of days ago and I couldn't find these at all. But Erin is a deeper brown liner, so I thought I'd share it with you. But if you've got it, great. I don't know if you can still get it in store. Don't know if it was limited edition, but I can't find it any longer. But anyway, you can still create this combination using this. And I lined my lips with like a deeper lip liner, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I'm amazed at the colour of it. And then I went in with Veil, which is one of the new lip pigments from the Revolution Pro range. You can tell I'm excited, I'm getting my words confused. And so I went in with that, and that combination looked really good. But of course there's that beautiful purple in that eyeshadow palette, and I thought, what can I put over the top? And I shared with you this yesterday, and it is, if I can read it properly, the Metallic Unicorn Lips in Fantasy. Now, this is not a colour that I would wear over my lips. I think certainly my daughters would, and they could carry that off fantastically. But for me, no, I much prefer a little bit more of a subtle look. So what I did was I actually just popped it in the middle of the lip and then just moved the product over the lips, and it's given me this absolutely beautiful colour. And I thought, wow, I'm not going to actually like this, but that has created a beautiful lip look. And if I can see some more of those, I'm going to actually pick them up. So getting back to the actual eye look, I just wanted to share that combination with you because I'm absolutely amazed and I'm in love with this combination. So this is what core looks like. Can I see? I don't think there's an amount on here actually. I'm just looking on the back. I can't see because there's no amount on there, but anyway, you're getting this amount of product in the packaging. It is glass. It feels really you know, weighty, not cheap in any way, but yeah, I'm really intrigued by this because I've always wanted to use the paint pot by MAC, and I've never ever purchased it because I always thought, you know, it's too expensive as an eye primer. But now I'm much more into applying a base, you know, and getting that base right before I apply makeup. So yeah, I'm much more into that now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a little bit out. Wow, that is soft actually. That is very soft, and I'm just going to, with my brush, just pop that on the skin so I can give you a swatch. And I know a few of you have asked for more swatches, and I've listened to you, and I will be doing swatches from now on. So yeah, I just thought that because in a lot of videos now they say about, you know, it needs to be on the eye. So, you know, I didn't think anybody wanted to see swatches anymore, but I have listened to you and I will be doing swatches. So that is the core, so that's the lightest shade that you can get from this range. Obviously there are other shades as well. So what I'm going to do now is just apply it to my eyes and see how I get on. Now it feels very, very soft and creamy, so I'm pleased that it doesn't feel, you know, drying because of the issues I've had with eczema on my lids. So I'm just taking it, in fact I'm going to take it all the way, I think, so that I've got one flat base. It does seem a lot softer and a lot creamier than what I expected. I think there are some of those eye primers out there that are, and in fact actually MAC is one of them. When I see tutorials using that, I always think that it looks very, very dry, and that's probably another reason why I've not used it or purchased it, because again, of the issues that I've had, I don't want to dry my lids out at all. So just applying that as neatly as I can. Now it's covered very, very well, and if you have been watching my videos you will know that recently I've been trying out the new Conceal and Define concealer on my eyes, and I find that as soon as I, you know, look up, it's okay when I've got my eyes closed a little bit, but as soon as I look up it then creases, so it goes all in the crease, and then you have to manipulate the product again, which is fine, and then just pop a little bit of powder on. Now I'm just going to wait a few seconds just to see if this does dry down. Now it does feel like it is drying. Oops, what have I just put on there? It doesn't feel sticky. It does feel like it's definitely drying down, so I want to let that dry down a little bit, and then I'll go over it with the one of the matte shades in here, because I want to try and just use the products that I've got here for you. Oh wow. So yeah, that has dried down. It's definitely not as perhaps, I wouldn't say it was sticky when I applied it. It feels, I suppose, tacky. You know, that it's not, it's a cream formulation, so it feels like a cream, if you see what I mean. So it has dried down. I'm now going in with my favourite brush from Primark, and I'm just going to get, in fact what I wanted to do, before I did that, I want to just swatch all of the shades. So I'm just going to pop all of the shades on my arm for you. And then I will get into that look. In fact, actually it's going to work very well because it's going to give my eyes a little bit more, wow, a little bit more time for the, perhaps the eyeshadow primer, or we call it, yeah, eye primer, to actually dry down. I love the pattern on the top of this. Oh, and I wasn't expecting that either. You've actually got a duochrome in here as well. Sorry, it's just going to take me a few moments just to swatch all of those eyeshadows. Okay, so that is the eye primer. So here we have all of the shadows. So you've got that light base colour, which is a matte. You've got a transitional shade, also a matte. You've got that first intense shimmer shade. They look like liquid and they feel very soft, creamy and buttery as well. So there's the first one. This is the duochrome. So it's a very... it feels quite strange because I was expecting it to be like this, but it's not. So that is the colour of that. So you've got some shimmer and then it goes into this and it looks like it's a brown. Let me just show you the shade again. So it actually looks brown in the pan, but then when you swatch it, you've got this orange tone. This is a matte, this is a magenta shade. You've then got that beautiful lilac shade that everybody is talking about. You've got the deeper matte, I would say that's for your crease, and then you've got your black to deepen that up. So if you like a combination of mattes and shimmers, and you also like the combination of a matte black, and you like that nude shade to, you know, mattify your eye to start with, you're going to love this palette. So let's see how it performs. So I'm now going to get that first cream shade, so that one there, and just pop that all over the eye. Now this, it doesn't feel like it's completely dry, but it does feel you know, matte in the fact that it's not all gone into my crease. So I'm really, really pleased with that. So it's stayed where I've popped it. That it hasn't moved, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's now all mattified, ready for the eyeshadows. So really, really pleased with this. I'm just going to pop my hair back as well because I want you to see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go in with, and I'll be able to show you from the swatches now, I'm going to go in with that shade first as a transitional shade and see how I get on with that. Now I've popped the powder on, that first base colour, it does feel incredibly matte and, you know, easy to work with. If you like that kind of base. And from now on, I will be using that core all the time, unless obviously, you know, I don't like it for whatever reason, which I can't see why I wouldn't like it. It's gone on really, really well. I really like that first base colour, but it is shearing out. Actually, no, it looks lovely. Absolutely beautiful. That's lovely. I like that. It's also quite an unusual colour. It's a brown, but it's got a little bit of, you know, that green khaki kind of shade to it, which makes it unusual. I think this is the best side, and there's fluff on my face. Don't know where that came from. Yeah, that's better. I'm getting a little bit more confident. I don't know about you, but when I use an eyeshadow for the first time, it takes me a couple of times to get used to the actual consistency, and I do worry if it's going to be too deep. I don't like to put too much on my eye to start with, and I'm always more confident with the second eye. So now I'm going to just run that underneath. I really like that colour. It's a beautiful base. It's also built up to the consistency, because I do like, even though you know, I'm quite fair, I do like quite a deep, or I suppose not a really deep, but a mid-tone transitional shade. So I always build it up, and I really, in fact, I judge the eyeshadow by how much the transitional shade actually shows up first of all. So because this shows, and it's blended really nicely as well and evenly, and it's gone very nicely underneath the eye as well. So that to me shows that, you know, it's going to work for me basically. Now what I want to do, I want to deepen it up, but I think like the lips, I'm going to start off neutral and then add a pop of colour. So I'm now going to go in with this colour to deepen up the crease and see how I get on with that. And of course I want to try and add as many of these as I possibly can. And I also like, and I know that I've shared with you a neutral look, I've shared with you some brighter looks, but I also want to be quite diverse and share with you that, you know, you don't have to, you know, use a palette for perhaps a brighter look. You know, it can be for more daytime appropriate looks as well. So I'll start off with, see if I can do a neutral look, and then perhaps add a pop of colour to show that, you know, you can brighten it up as well. So I'm just running that through the crease and then taking that up. That is a lovely chestnut colour. I was wondering, were they going to work together actually, the colours, but it's beautiful. They're working really, really nicely together. Blending nicely together. I'm going to do that on the other eye now. That is very nice. So if you like a neutral base or a neutral eye, this would be perfect for you. What I'm going to do now is add a little bit of a pop of colour now, and I'm going in with that maroon colour, that purple shade there, and see how that applies on the eye. Wow, that is pigmented. I only tapped a little bit, I only tapped the brush in, and I've got a lot of product, so I hope that this is going to work out. And just like the lips, you know, I put that neutral base on and then built it up to give this beautiful purple shimmer. That's lovely as well. The swatch, I don't know why, but it went, when I swatched it, it, you know, went. It didn't swatch as well as perhaps this one or this one, but actually it applies on the eye very, very nicely. And I'll share with you the swatches again at the end. They are really building up very, very nicely. That is lovely. Beautiful. It's not in your face, I would say purple, I suppose a bit like my lip look. It's given me that, you know, that nice look without it being too over the top. I really, really like that. And of course, most of my looks are daytime appropriate. So now I've got to think about the lid shade, and I really want to go in with that purple, but I want that as a little bit of a pop of colour. So I think what I'm going to do to try out as many shadows as I can, I'm going to pop that on the lid first and then just put that in the corner, not in the corner, in the middle. So I'm just going to put the gold on first. I always apply eyeshadow, shimmer eyeshadow with my finger. I just find that it just works a little bit better. And I also actually find that these shades, these brown shades, they work really, really well with a purple look. So again, I'm just going to pop that on the other. I think I'm going to use this one as the inner corner shade as well. So as always, I'm getting the PS Pro Shading eye brush, just applying a little bit of that, making sure that it's right in the corner and then taking it all the way round. Now this shade is so soft, so buttery that and it feels a little bit like it is, I suppose, liquid gold. That kind of, it's got that intense creaminess to it. So that's what it feels like. It's soft, buttery, absolutely beautiful. Now the shadows, I can build them up, but they went on better when I used my finger rather than the actual brush. I am getting some highlight there, but it went on a lot smoother with my finger, and I do find that with a lot of these really intense, almost liquid shimmery eyeshadows. But it has gone on really, really nicely. It's also gone on very smoothly. There are a lot of shimmery eyeshadows, again, that I apply and you get chunks of it. And you can see that that has applied really nicely, really smoothly as well. But yeah, worked really, really well there. Now, I'm just going to get a wipe actually and just clean my finger, because what I want to do is apply that purple shade now. I want to make sure that it doesn't mix with that brown too much. That is gorgeous. I like the eye look now. This is a classic Samantha eye look. Now I'm going to go in with that beautiful lilac shade and see if I can mimic what I've done on the lip. So I'm just going to just apply that in the centre. It's so soft and buttery that, wow, that I feel like I'm actually applying glitter. And I can't wait actually to share with you those glitters. That is beautiful. That is absolutely stunning. What a good combination of colours. I love it. And it's given me that look. It's given me that look, but without it being too much. I suppose you could build it up, but that is perfect for me. Just like the lip look. Yeah, really, really pretty. Now I need to add, have I got my mascara? Yes, I have. I thought for one moment I'd forgotten it. So I'm just going to apply the mascara just on the top lash. I never put mascara on the bottom lash. Because I've got such oily skin, I tend to find that if I apply mascara on the bottom lash, the mascara just ends up being all under the eye. So I keep it on the top lash only, and this is why I really like going underneath the eye. So I'll just take my hair out. And I will show you a close-up of that eye look. I hope I don't transfer it. Yes, I did. I've been doing that a lot lately. So there is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed that. I must admit, I absolutely love that. And that palette is only £6. So this is the palette again. So it's the Allure palette. And then these are all of the swatches. So I hope that you found that helpful. You can see all the, you know, different mattes and shimmers there and the different formulations. You've obviously seen it apply on the lid. I love the fact that every time I blink, every time I close my eyes, you can see that pop of purple. Absolutely love it. And I also love, absolutely love this. It's really worked well. The eyeshadow, you can see that it's blended out really smoothly. Absolutely love that, and I love that lip combo with this. I will list everything down below that I've used today, and obviously I will apply the links for the core and the eyeshadow. But this one, I'll just repeat it, the lip topper that I've used is Fantasy from the new I Heart Makeup. No, I knew I was going to get it wrong. The I Heart Revolution lip products, which are on the Superdrug website, and they are under the 3 for 2 umbrella. I will link that as well if you're looking for a lip product to match that eyeshadow. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'd really love your feedback on that palette. I would really love your feedback if you have purchased it and you've tried out a look. You know, how are you finding these eyeshadows? And of course, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to watch further videos. So until tomorrow, and again, also if you are waiting for me to do Thank You Thursday, I am going to do that tomorrow as well. I'm just preferring to share that with you on a Friday. So I know it is usually Thank You Thursday, but I just want to do that on Friday again for you tomorrow. So I will be mentioning someone tomorrow. But until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.